Hello, welcome back to part 2 in this tutorial for creating a form validation in jQuery. In the last tutorial we downloaded the jQuery library, we started off the JavaScript custom.js file, and we created the validate name function, which is now complete. So now our next one to do is the validate email. So if we do function validate email, it's got very much the same setup as the previous function we created in the last video. However, this time we're going to test this with a regular expression, because the way you set up a email address is different to how you can insert a name. For example, you have to have the @ symbol, and you have to have something .com or .co.uk and whatever. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to show you how you create the regular expression, but I won't be explaining what the regular expression means because I don't have time to go through that in this tutorial. I might do it in a different one, I'm not too sure. Oh, that's long. Okay, so variable there we go, we can just do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the regular expression here. Now I've already got this pre-written out because I got this directly from Google, because I know this one definitely works. I'll hold this on the screen for a couple of seconds so you can either copy it out, or you can either go on Google and search a regular expression for email address, or I can put it in the description below. So let's try that out. Right, okay, that's enough time, I reckon. So we've got that copied, we go across here and we're going to paste that. Make sure the characters are exactly right, otherwise it might fail for you, and you don't want that because you might get unexpected results. So we go if filter test A. Now that is if it's a valid email address, and this is just going to be exactly the same as the previous videos with all the accept and all that stuff. So I'm going to pause the video, type that out, and then bring it back up. Right, okay, now that's done, all you need, as you can see, is basically the same as the last one. So you can pause the video for 10 seconds or so. Right, okay, now we're back. Going to have to create the else, which is if it's not valid, and that's the same as the other videos as well. So let's copy this because it makes it easier. Change that, remove to add, that one to add there, and let's change it to something like enter a valid email address please. So now that we've got that done as well, we can now move on to validating. Let's see, what should we do? I'll make it so we can test it so far actually. So above the form.submit we're going to create the area for the onBlur, so it's name.blur, validate name, and we've also done email.blur. Right, okay, so now we've got those two done and typed out, because those are the only two functions we created so far. If we save that file, come over here, we should be able to. Something's gone wrong, just a second. okay, I don't know why that happened. Okay, now as you can see, right, the email one isn't working at the moment, but this one is. This one it turned red because we didn't enter 5 characters or more, and if we do enter 5 characters or more, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see it goes back to normal. So that's quite useful. I'm going to work out why the email one isn't working, so I'm going to pause the video and check. Right, okay, I've worked out what I did wrong. When I created this originally, for me to check up and such, I used that variable there as being filter instead of regular expression or regex. So if you change that over, it should work now. Okay, that's still not working. I'll try it again. Right, okay, I've worked out what's wrong with this. I wrote text instead of test. That was a stupid mistake, but now, go back to this. There we go, that's better. Well, I feel stupid for that. Anyway, okay, so carrying on. That's what the blur function does in this. So I'm just going to quickly create the rest of these, just so we save time later on. As you can see, I just created a pass1 and pass2 for the same thing, basically. And just so you know, the name that you put here is the name of the function that you're calling. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create the validate password1 function. So come down to the bottom of the file, and then function validate pass1. In here we're going to have variable pass A and variable pass B. Pass A is going to be equal to password1, so actually I think I saved that as pass1 into, and this one's going to be equal to pass2. What we need to do is we need to check the length of it, and the length that I specified that you need to have is 8 or more characters. So we're going to do if pass A, sorry about the pause by the way, just not done tutorials for a long time, got myself confused. If that's less than 8, then what we need to do is we need to throw the error, which is going to be the same error as all the others. So I'm just going to go over to this one and copy and paste that. Sorry about that, I was on my phone. So we're going to do pass1 details and pass1 details again, and the error for this one is going to be 8 or more characters. We need to obviously add the else. Oh, this is also going to return false, as should this one. This one's going to return true, and we need to have it so that it works. So we need to copy this one just to make things quicker for us. We're going to change that to pass1, this one here to pass1, and this one here to pass1, and going to copy that over again because we're going to have the same message for these two. Save that, and then we need to create the validate password 2 as well. And I've just realised that we don't actually need those 2 lines there at all. That can just pass1.val. Right, basically password 2 is exactly the same as this. So just copy that over, rename the function. However, we need to check if pass2 is equal or not to pass1. So and here we need to add the text. The passwords do not match, and change the colour of the text. And if it does pass, then we need to keep the text which we currently have, so same as above. Just a quick side note which I'm going to add: if you wanted to have it so that the user had, say, it turned green if it did succeed, then what you need to do is, where we remove the class, underneath that we need to do add class success or something like that, and in your CSS document to create a class success which will turn the font colour in area green and just change the text to like password accepted or something like that. I could show you how to do that, and I might do in a different tutorial, but not in this one because this one's already running quite over time. I've got 3 minutes to finish this off, so I'm going to do it as quick as possible. Actually, I'll go into the next tutorial on this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a few minutes.